It's definitely a sad quest in a lot of ways, but at the same time, I think it gives a lot of insight into Social early, which because he's one of the later companions, I do like that we got this from him. All right, let's see what we got going. First and foremost, I'm gonna take a little nappies.
Perhaps if we survive this, I shall invite you to one of my soirees. We can devise an exotic backstory for you, and everyone will lose their heads over you, literally licking up to you. Ignorant all the while that you are but a petty thief from Canabres. It will be a riot!
Then I want to be the Prince of Garund, or maybe the King. It's a tough choice.
Honestly, Darren would do that. Like, I very, very, very much enjoy their relationship. Okay. Everybody is well rested. Fantastic. Let's quickly. So while the world burns. So this one, I'm going to wait on this for a bit. There's no rush on this one. More than nothing, the Nenio quest, there's nothing like to rush on. Hell's Ordinance. Okay. And Banner. Okay, so we're pretty open. So this is the Hell Knights. Now, I'm just trying to follow the... Is this camp? We'll see. Because I want to get to this point. So this I'm locked out of for now. Except we'll rest again.
How'd you know you don't got long to live? You look healthy enough to me.
But that's because I'm secretly coughing into a lace handkerchief that's becoming stained with blood as my condition progresses.
Wait, really? Is he actually doing that? When did we get a lace handkerchief is more what I'm concerned about. Okay, hold on. So we've got this, right? We can't even do Heaven's Edge right now. So the next thing to more than like we could do this. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not gonna lie. This place makes me cranky. Oh, am I gonna do the conundrum unsolved? I think I remember. All right, listen. Let's come back here. Evade. All right, I was gonna not. But we're gonna quick save. And then if this goes disastrously, you're just gonna have a magical skip back to this point. And you'll never know why. And that'll be because I was disastrous at this little mini game that I've been disastrous at the whole time. I don't know why. The like, I think somebody said it's basically dominoes. I've been very bad at it. Okay. This way. If this is where I think it is, which I think it is 100%. Perfect. Yep. Okay. Sorry, we need just Abby. So we shall take all of this and all of this. I did this on, not this one on stream recently, but I have done them on stream recently, like all of these puzzles. And I will not lie, I did a walkthrough the entire time. So there is a good chance that that is what will be happening for this too if I decide to do all of this. Now, if I remember correctly, I did, if you remember, I think it was last episode or the episode before, I mentioned that I had to re-record a part. This was included in what had gotten I had to backtrack on. So I ended up actually, hold on, I just want to see. I think it's actually the repeat of this is what I remember. We'll see if I'm right here. Hold on. So it's that pattern and then that one. So it's this and this, I want to say. Yes. Okay. So now this should be this. Maybe. And this should be this. And then this. Okay, it worked. It was easy, wasn't it? No, this is only because I remembered the walkthrough, Ancient Ghost. A simple puzzle, simple solution. It was just the beginning. Its purpose was to awaken curiosity. A translucent figure appears out of thin air. Clad in a loose-fitting robe, its face is hidden behind a simple, unadorned mask. Mortals are not meant to unveil the secrets of the universe and grasp the meaning of creation. But is this really so? The secrets of the universe will only be revealed to the most worthy of mortals. Prove yourself and be the first for whom all secrets of the world are revealed. The Heart of Mystery is located west of here. Solve the puzzle and you'll comprehend the forbidden knowledge. Who are you? He remains silent. Who are you? Simple puzzle, simple solution. Oh, wait. What are you? And he's gone. So, I understand, right? I understand why, like, this fits here. I understand why, like, the rest of it fits together. What I don't understand is why this one is a duplicate of this, if that makes sense. So, like, this is this, and then a repeat. This, and that. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, am I understanding it finally? So if I go do another one now, when you have these pieces that like intersect, like these that start, is it supposed to be like this, and then the repeat, and then this, and then the repeat? So that's basically your starting point. Because if that's the case, then I fully understand it. Now, I guess we'll see when we do it again in the future. But that would make a lot of sense if that was the case. Oh wait, crap! I forgot to check. Did it open up the side door? Yes. Oh no, I almost left all this loot behind. There was somebody yelling at their screen going, "You left the loot." No, I came back for it. Don't you worry. No loot left behind. We don't do that here. Probably should have just taken Lan, to be honest, because he's so much faster than everybody else. I think Lan and Darren both end up running the fastest. Okay. Let's get out of here. So after this now, I guess we're gonna go to the next big part to unlock the second portion of the map, and then we can go get Regil. And then I think what we'll end up doing is swapping out Sela for Regil in the end. Because I'm crazy like that. Actually, though, we're gonna keep going because I think we need to get up here. And I just want to get them rested closer to. I mean, I guess. No, I wasn't ready. We haven't slept. No, it's fine. We can be exhausted. Is this merchant dude though? Oh no! What did I stumble upon? What are you guys doing?
You won't fall here. I swear it.
I still have Soul Seal. I need to swap out for Sela. We're all tired. I'm just not even worried about people dying because we're about to. Okay, so it was this. Note, come to my camp if you want to talk. I have much to share with you, a friend. Okay. I've discovered an I think I know who that is. Okay, let us camp. Everybody will rest up, then we'll go get Sela. Do.
You have such pretty golden hair. When I look at it, I always think of the sun, angels, fresh bread, and all sorts of good things.
Fresh bread, you say? Poor hungry child. I hope you won't try to eat me while I sleep.
I think it's funny that Darren sometimes has no idea what to do with like the nicer portions of Ember, or like the more childlike curiosity. Mainly because like he's never had to deal with that as far as I know before. So Ember is different, and I like how he definitely tries to like tone down being Darren, but sometimes it like still happens. I don't know. It's pretty cool the way that all happens. What happened to Pip? Pip, why are you like that? After packing up his belongings after the night's camping, Socio finds a place to sit and then pulls out a travel sketchbook and charcoal pens. Stealing glances in your direction, he draws on the small page with bold, sprawling strokes, his expression shifting between smiling and frowning. Catch his eye and strike a dramatic pose. The cleric laughs loudly. Thank you, but please don't. Just keep doing whatever you were doing. I'm trying to capture your natural movement. You're always sketching. Why? The world around us is so unstable, especially now during this war. A friend's smile, the curve of a tree, the glow of a fire. If we don't preserve them, the rare moments of beauty we still have will be lost in the flow of time. Don't you trust your own eyes and memory? And you trust them? My memory is deceptive. Try to remember something after a year, maybe even after a day, and what you'll recall will differ dramatically from what you saw in the moment. It's not just a matter of memory. Lost in thought, he fiddles with his pencil. You can't see the full picture with your eyes alone. Drawing allows me to see things from a different angle. Sometimes I'll find new meaning even in the most mundane. May I see? He lowers his eyes in embarrassment. There's nothing to look at yet. This isn't even a draft, more like random sketches. The slope of your neck, the curve of your lips, your gestures, it's not much to look at. But it will be useful if I start working on a real portrait. We will. I don't want to ask, like, no, 5 is not, like, he can do whatever he wants kind of thing. And are you going to pay him? I'm not, I don't want Abby to seem like, she's take or leave it. Like, I don't want to put that pressure on him. Because I feel like, especially like for artists and stuff like that, or any kind of person that is an artistic or anything like that. But when somebody's like, oh, are you going to do this for me? Like, are you going to paint my portrait? Or are you going to sketch me? Or are you going to write this for me? Or are you going to play this for me? Or make this song for me? Like, it kind of puts pressure on it. Where sometimes I feel like artistic people just want to create. So I don't want to put, like, Abby doesn't want to put that kind of pressure on Soy Seal. So I won't bother you. He smiles, nods, and gets back to his work. See? And now he can just kind of create in peace. And I like that. And it is dark. Because why? Because we did not get to the exit. There we go. Okay, Pip is okay now. Like, what was Pip doing there? All right. So let us. Yes. Let's swap out. Perfect. I think this is the way I like this. Yes. Okay. Now it is time. We're gonna wait, hold on. We should just save. It just gonna label it big save. Big save free chapter 2 thingy. It's very descriptive. I will understand it. I think. Wait, did we already do it? Hold on. I thought we hadn't. I thought this army had discovered. Yeah, like, isn't it like right here? Am I having a moment? There we go. Leper's smile. Phew. I was thinking to myself, like, I totally missed on that. All right. This is interesting now. Danger and distress rest heavy upon the scales, their measure soaring on the perilous march to Dresden. The army moves steadily along the bank of West Selen. Scarred with canyons and ravines. Suddenly a group of scouts returns. Anevia, the leader of the group, makes 2 urgent signs to the soldiers. Wait and quiet. She dashes through the ranks to the commander who awaits her report. We're in trouble, she whispers. The road ahead is split by a canyon. To get to Dresden, we'll have to go down and then up the other side, but the canyon is swarming with foul creatures, Vescivores. A real pain in the neck, and they won't shy away from our soldiers' weapons, and they've already managed to gobble someone up. And it looked like a caravan of refugees from Canabras that lost its way. No one has ever reported Vescivores so far from the center of the world wound. Where did they come from? Anevia bites her lip. They still haven't noticed us, but that won't hold true for long. Maybe if we retreat quietly. The commander makes a sign for her to stop. Find out what anyone else knows. These nasty little critters. They can ruin your gear and drive you nuts with the buzzing, Anevia says in a rush. They've got a queen, the mother of the whole swarm. She's a right horror, but if we kill her, the bulk of the swarm will scatter, and we'll take care of the rest of them somehow. After hearing her scout's report, the commander prepares to convene a council. The commander and her companions convene a field council. The army cannot march around the obstacle, for there is no other road. Retreat is far too risky. Should the swarm notice the army and catch it out in the open, no one would survive. No one utters the word trap, but fear hangs in the air. A swarm of omnivorous beasts just happens to be in the path of the army. Someone has arranged this for their own nefarious ends. Rustling, grating, squeaking, humming, everyone hears the voice of the swarm, though the sky before the army remains clear, for now. How long until it's darkened by the flying spawns of the abyss? An idea, a decision straight and sharp like a soldier's sword, appears in their minds. The Crusader Council grows grim. One unit must act as live bait to lure the swarm out of the canyon and clear the path to the Vescivore Queen. The commander will rush the monster, killing her quickly before the swarm decimates the army. They will get but one chance. A dark question looms. Who will lead this fateful squad and be consumed as bait? In moments of extreme stress, one often says one thing while meaning quite another. These hidden words often reveal many curious things. And what do we see here? Irabeth nobly states, I am an officer best suited for the mission. But in truth, she means I cannot burden another with my responsibility. Abby, send me! Nura, the historian, emerges with an unexpected suggestion from behind the commander's back. This is just the sort of situation where ingenuity and knowledge of the enemy will be more useful than swords and armor. While she speaks, she thinks, I need to prove myself. The queen has yet to disclose her presence and watches quietly from a distance. The commander thinks that she should look to face the companions. I've eaten so many bugs in my life, it's only fair to give them a chance at revenge. The mongrel Lan hides his fear in plain sight. I'm a dead man walking. Already, a life such as mine is worthless, and silently he begs for more. Sacrifice me, or give me the chance to prove myself. The one who distracts the swarm will need a healer. Sociel is the only one who speaks plainly. A healer might bring a few through the Vescivores alive. The rest of the council remains silent, and this silence is filled by the chorus of, there are others better suited, and the commander needs me alive. Does the commander hear these unspoken words? What will they lead her to decide? The fateful troop will be led by... Now, I find this, like, the whole way that this is written is actually so brilliant, right? Where they've basically told you the inner and outer thoughts of somebody and that underlying context. And it's so true, though. Whenever a lot of times in situations people are like, hey, pick me for this, they're actually saying something entirely different, and they have an entirely different reason for wanting to be picked. And it's very interesting that Sociel is the only one who is speaking plainly. He's the only one that doesn't have some kind of ulterior motive or some other reason for putting himself forth. And I think that and I always pick Sociel. I think that personally that makes Sociel the best choice for this, mainly because there isn't an ulterior motive being brought in. So Nura wants to prove herself. So does that mean she's going to take a bigger risk and a bigger chance with your soldiers? Irabeth doesn't want to put this burden on anybody, but sees the burden of what it is, which makes her not necessarily ideal. Then Lan sacrifice, like his underlying thing they say is sacrifice me or give me the chance to prove myself. So Lan's willing to die on the sword, which makes it dangerous for your soldiers because they now have less likely of a chance to survive because Lan's okay with taking those bigger risks, which will take a risk with your soldiers too. Plus, the Sociel brings up a great point. You need a healer. If you send in a healer, somebody can heal as they're being hit kind of thing in hopes of bringing more through. So I think Sociel personally and Abby, and this is where Abby's going with this, Sociel makes the better case here. Plus, Abby just saw Sociel go through that stuff in his personal story. So she also knows now that there is a bit of a rage inside of him, which in some ways, oddly enough, will make him better for this because he's got something else that fuels him to keep going. He's kind of got that underlying bite to him that, if need be, can rear its head. So maybe if he gets angry enough at the swarm or something like that, it just kind of gives people a better chance of survival. So we're going to go with Sociel. The commander and her party disappear among the rocks, preparing to slip down into the canyon. While the swarm is distracted by their bait, a tight-lipped Denevia shows the way. Behind them, the final preparations are being made. Sociel's eyes grow cloudy for a moment. There are a few creatures as abominable for a follower of Shelyn as Vescivores, devourers of flesh and destroyer of matter. This trial will not be easy. The soldiers tread fearfully down the road towards the dark edge of the canyon ahead. The rift that yawns open before them whispers, rasps, rattles, and thousands upon thousands of voices. Vescivores gather below, but the sky is open above them, and the flying creatures might rise up and attack at any moment. The soldiers soon find the first body, a mangled corpse of a refugee from Canabris. A few straggling Vescivores wriggle inside the dead man's gaping chest. Tiny larvae with greenish shells are all shuffling legs and hinging jaws. They don't seem menacing at all. But then the rasping noise stops for a moment, and a high vibrating noise pierces the air with a new force. A blur of blackish green clouds rise above the canyon. The swarm has taken the bait. Time to act has come. The leader of this faithful squad shouts out that they shall Hold position and fight for the soldiers' lives. Standing in the middle of the formation of soldiers, Sociel utters a prayer to Shellen. From the outside, it would appear that the cloud of Vescivores will in a moment fall from above and destroy their forces utterly. Hundreds of spawn of the abyss gnaw on the bodies and armor, destroying as they consume. But the cleric's power flows forth in waves, healing the wounds of his comrades. As if understanding who it is to blame for the unexpected resistance, the spawn covers Sociel like a living carpet. The servant of Shellen trembles, but does not move or halt his prayer. The soldiers look on with awe as though they are witnessing a holy miracle. Temporary success holds no true hope for the fateful troop. Their foe is no great beast, but a million ravenous creatures, bringing with them the eternal hunger from the abyss. To fight them was to cry upon the wind. Their only hope was to rely on their commander and hope that she was preparing to slay the Swarm Queen. What was happening down in the canyon at that very moment? Whew! So good. It's such good writing. I can't even. Yes, we will keep them. Okay. Spots of light and shadow dance along the walls of the canyon. High above your head, a swarm gathers, dark as a rain cloud. And there are so many Vescivores. That was so much reading. Oh, I made iced coffee before I started recording. It's so good. It makes me so happy. Luckily, you've escaped the attention of the swarm, which is focused upon the troops. With a tired gesture, Anevia wipes the sweat and dust from her forehead. There's anxiety in her eyes. Commander, the base we've come for is on the other side of the main corridor. There's a lot of burrows and plenty of beasts in them, but you better not delve too deep. Our people won't hold out for long. On the other hand, I saw the bodies of some poor caravanners down on one side hole. They have some valuable stuff on them. The bugs will eat anything we don't grab. They can't tell the difference between flesh and steel. Wait. So they're eating all the treasure while we're standing around talking? What are we hanging for? Come on, we gotta go. Can you tell? Did you find out where they came from? Not sure, but there are clear signs of a ritual closer to the queen bug's lair. And they're fresh. Maybe somebody summoned the scum especially for you. Or us. Demon Filth figured out that we were never going to let Canabras go. Too bad we don't have any magic specialists who can figure out what these runes mean. Alright, let's go. Good luck. I'm right behind you covering your back. I'll catch up when it's time to deal with the queen. Okay. So, this is actually a time is of the essence moment, which I didn't understand the first time I played this.
Yet another obstacle.
Yeah, yet another. Oh no. Okay, here comes Sela. Let's do it. Oh wait, we're done already? Excellent. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I'm so... Oh no, am I going the wrong way? Yes. Oh no, hold on. This way. Is it? Hold on. I'm lost. I'm very lost. We're gonna save here. So that way, if I get lost...
We are the light.
Okay, I think I'm going the right way.
Darkness.
I don't know, actually. Sheila, don't die. Kill her. Was there a on her? Woljif!
Retreat!
No, why? No, Woljif, what are you doing? I said not to die. Okay, she got Shield of Faith. Woljif not gonna die.
Me already.
Always. Okay. Please tell me I'm going the right way. I think so. So every time you hear somebody scream like that, it's one of our people dying. Kind of thing. Aha, over here. The bottom of the canyon is split by a narrow crevice. About one stride across its widest. It's easy enough to jump over in places even step across. The obstacle doesn't seem to be a problem, or even particularly notable, but as you draw closer, you hear a terrible droning sound coming from the crevice. It seems to be howling, as if it's alive. We'll look in. Yay! You stare into the darkness of the void, trying to make out where the strange sound is coming from. Not all at once, but your eyes pick out the contours of a body in the darkness. Someone small, perhaps a gnome, halfling, or a child, rolled up in a ball at the bottom, under a stone ledge. He's crouched down, his head to his knees. He's hugging his legs tightly. It appears to be one of the caverners caught by the swarm. He's crying loudly. One continuous tone. It strengthens as it echoes through the crevice. So this is one of those, like, there is no good choice here. Because if you go help him, first of all, I don't have anybody with the athletics to do this. So Lan's just more than likely going to get hurt. But secondly, we have people dying up there. So you could go try to help him, but at the same time, you have people dying up top. And your soldiers are needed to take over the city to try to end this, so we're making tough decisions. And I feel bad every time, but yeah, there's only so much we can do. A huge runic circle has been drawn on the rock, probably with blood. And there she is. Okay.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
Let's do a big bless, because that would be nice. Okay. And is this, what does this do? Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. I'll just do that real quick, too. Okay. Time to go. No. Darren, you come back. Okay. Now we're all gonna come in here.
Isn't that boring after all?
No. Wait, what is Sealy? Oh, she got fire sword. For a second, I thought she wasn't using the right thing. I got very, very worried. I don't know if that actually affects the Vescovore Queen. We'll find out though. Done. Oh, shouldn't I be using Cackle right now?
This will leave a bruise.
And then, so then it was supposed to be, oh, Cackle as a creature with, okay, it's under the, right, you're supposed to do this first. I'm kind of curious. Saving throws. I think saving throws are probably the most annoying. This thing is almost dead. I didn't even get to. It's fine. Next time. We got bigger, badder stuff coming later, but that's fine. I'm gonna get this whole witch thing down. If it's the last thing Abby does. Unleashing her last shriek, the Swarm Queen slumps to the ground immediately, as if by magic. The distant sounds of battle begin to subside. Several small beasts sit on their mother's body, sinking their mandibles into it. The canyon drowns in a wave of scent, a sweet sulfuric with a hint of bite, like the crackle in the air before a storm. Looking at the slain monster for a brief moment, you feel an inexplicable sensation of not sympathy, no. The Vescovore Queen is disgusting, but a strange kinship? What is it like to be part of a swarm, hostile to all life, hating everyone and hated by everyone? You take a deep breath and then sensation passes. I can't breathe. I need some fresh air. Get me out of this disgusting hole. Agree. Mind you, I've had cause to see holes a good deal more disgusting than this in my time. He laughs suggestively, but they were few and far between. Sela looks at Darren in confusion and a second later bursts into giggles. Have the fumes gone to your head count? Look at you cracking jokes like the worst kind of bod. And Lan looks askance at the queen's carcass. The mongrels in the caves under Canabras could eat that, I guess. Nevi approaches the queen's body. That's it, you filth. No more flying. It's good we got rid of her without suffering more losses. Just a little longer, we'd have been forced to bury lots of our fighters in this cursed land. Nevia stops. Her nostrils flare and her eyes scan the floor and the walls of the canyon. She squats, pokes at some lumps of slimy substance, and lifts them up, looking more closely. Smells them and cringes. Is something worrying you? Ah. She rubs the ball of greenish slime in her hand. I bet my life that your gear had this nasty stench when we were entering the canyon. I saw the queen bug spraying it around to summon her spawns to her. So let's see if we can find the source among my equipment. You and Anevia search through your things and quickly find the source of the smell. A thin handkerchief. Again, with that, how do we have so many handkerchiefs? Looks like it's been soaked in something like the Swarm Queen's slime. I'll be damned. When the queen was spraying this sweet-smelling goop around, the swarm flew to it like flies to jam. Chewed up bodies of the caravanners smelled like it too. I checked. Commander, I think some rat planted the handkerchief on you to ensure the Vescovores would find you. Like, I don't think that Abby's too smart to think that this was demons. Really? A demon entering in the camp and then with a handkerchief? Like a demon? Can we all for a quick second just think about a demon with a handkerchief? Can you imagine a little demon walking on into my camp with a handkerchief and then placing it in my bag? That doesn't like it. However, an enemy in Mendev doing this, yeah, that 100% is viable. That's what Abby thinks. True, nobody likes upstarts. If you knew what Erebeth's allies hissed behind her back when she was appointed head of the Eagles Watch. Anyway, we need to keep our eyes open. And that handkerchief could have been planted here by magic, but take it from a professional paranoiac. I think we got a rat in our camp. In Canabras, we squashed the cultists time and time again, but they were like maggots in a dead hog. Someone could have infiltrated our forces too. We got to keep our eyes open and our guard up. It's time to get back to our people. I say we destroy the queen's body. I've heard little bugs who eat the flesh of their mother can be reborn as swarm queens themselves. Kind of the last thing we need. Yeah. See, the evil option is just a little too much for Abby because that. No. We're not doing that. We're not sending a suicide unit in. Let's get rid of it. Great. Cleaning up after fight is just what I like. We'll start here and little by little we'll clean up the entire world wound. Right. Yeah. I just like, Saturday chores. Doing the laundry, vacuuming, doing the dishes, and then burning the Vescivore Queen's body. It's totally normal. This is what we do. Anevia, Commander, what a relief you're alive. I saw the swarm begin to thin and ran to you immediately. So Seal wipes the sweat from his brow. You're alive, yay! My squad handled the assignment. I healed everyone I could, but my warriors had quite a fright. It's not pleasant to be eaten alive, then healed, then eaten and healed again. I knew I could rely on you. What happened up there can't be described in words, but you were the one who carried the day, Abby. Luckily, our losses are not as great as we feared. Not many are even wounded, but if you'd been a moment later, I'm afraid to imagine what might have happened. Unfortunately, the insect's acid ruined what was left of the caravan. Of course, I sympathize with those who perished, but we could have used their gear. Yeah, what a waste. We really could do with some supplies. If only they died on the road somewhere of thirst or after meeting some wild animals, we'd be sitting pretty right now. I like it that, Woljiff he got some understanding of this. I'm ready to sacrifice the loot for a chance at killing huge, disgusting bugs. Yeah, that's Abby. And what matters is that everything's over and we won. Since you're here, please take a look around. I found some painted runes with traces of something that seemed like a ritual. We need to figure out what it is. Easily done. Nura leans over the magic symbols painted on the stone. I'm no mage, unfortunately, but I'm in the habit of thoroughly documenting all descriptions of rituals and symbols from magic books, especially demonic ones. Someone very recently opened a portal to the abyss here and summoned someone. It's not difficult to figure out who they summoned. She's lying dead right there. I could guess you carried out the ritual. Handwriting is unique, even when it comes to runes. I examined the Grey Garrison after your success, documenting everything I found for Queen Galfrey. I'm sure that the hand that drew the rune circles was the same in both instances. It's work of the same spellcaster. It's clever. Set a trap and exhaust us instead of fighting us openly. Like, I like when especially main characters can appreciate how clever an enemy is, because not every enemy is just evil for evil's sake. A lot of times they're clever. A lot of times they have their own motives, their own wants and desires, and their own reasons for doing these things. And I think that you are a better person when you can understand that. And I don't want to say appreciate in like the typical way of appreciation, but you can understand it, kind of appreciate what they're trying to do and how they're trying to do it. And then you can figure out a way to overcome it or combat it or end them through the use of studying who they are. And Abby is one such person where she doesn't necessarily see it like this. This is very almost, I don't want to say like aggressive, but it kind of comes off as aggressive. Like, looks like the spellcaster is afraid of us and dares not fight us openly, which that isn't necessarily analyzing who the person is. You're just reacting, right? So that's a reaction. This though, it's clever to set a trap and exhaust us instead of fighting us openly. This shows that you understand the actions that they took. So it's like basically a reaction versus action. And those are two very different types of leaders. It's two very different types of characters that you can play. And Abby definitely falls into the action instead of reaction category. We shouldn't be afraid of demons. We lived through this little trap, didn't we? We'll overcome the next one too. We just need to keep forging ahead. Since we finished off the swarm, we know someone's giving us trouble. I suggest we get out of here. I'm done with bugs. Agreed. Same. So done. Okay, so this, I believe, leads us somewhere else. And for the puzzles, I think we're gonna need that. But wait, no, this might be special to yeah, this I think we could come back for. And to get the stones. Or we could go now and do it. I think we're gonna come back, though. And we're here, though. We are here. All right, you're right. I hear somebody in the back of my head going, we're here. Like, don't... What is everyone doing? Okay. Well, Darren first, though.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Yeah, but it kind of feels like it is sometimes, Darren. What happens when the world is ending, though? What are we supposed to do? Huh? Answer me that. We keep doing what we're doing. Exactly.